Morning with Farjana Ali at 101 Incredible Women Series. आज हमारे साथ हैं Huma Fakhar. She is CEO of MAP Services. Welcome, Huma.
Thank you.
Huma, would you like to share the highlights of your personal journey with us today?
Well, I think the key change came when I finished my Cambridge. I did my law, a master's in trade and investment laws, and I guess having done reasonably well, I was picked up by one of the world's best law firms, Clifford Chance. So once I went into Clifford Chance, the exposure was probably the biggest exposure one can get as a young kid who's leaving college. You're doing cases between Guatemala and Mexico. You're doing cases with European Union services policy, trade laws, etc. So I guess that gave me the vastness of vision कि छोटी चीज़ पे नहीं रहिए, बड़ा व्यू कीजिए, बड़ा global perspective लिए. So that was a start, and then I guess the second journey, the big step in my journey, the second big step was when I set up shop in Geneva. Geneva, I was there for a couple of years, and we were doing trade and investment services and a bit of private equity. And वहाँ again, our clients were governments, our clients were, big multinationals, so that probably was the second step. And I guess the third step in my journey, which was very important, was when I came back to Pakistan after Geneva, और फिर rice export शुरू किया. And each had its own different flavors, own different learnings, but great journey, I must say. Struggle was absolutely there, a lot of struggle, but then every bit was worth it.
Huma, since you're working with the trading company and you have a pretty good experience with it, what key challenges this sector is facing during COVID-19?
I think Pakistan mein the biggest challenge, with or without COVID, I would say, is we have to go digital. The biggest change in the world in the last 5 to 10 years and today is digital. So आपको अगर कहीं भी अपने आप को place करना है as a country who has keen interest to export, whether it's a product or it's a service, you have to go tech, you have to go digital. And more so ever since COVID has been here. If we were already digitized, तो कितनी चीज़ें तो COVID disturb ना करता. But as I say, regardless of COVID, the biggest thing, the biggest change we would require in our customs, in our trade policies, in our currency, in our products, in our manufacturing is inclusion of a lot of technology.
All right, the girl, Huma, the girl, or I would say the young child who did his Cambridge and who went to some law firms, and then now the women of power who is trading rice, must be driving some source of inspiration from someone. Who is that source of inspiration?
I think not that it's some person, but yes, I feel I was always very attached to God, to the concept of faith, to having a belief system. And I think जब आप में God fearing होता है तो उससे बड़ी inspiration क्या है? I mean, you look what a big artist God is, the trees, the sky, the way the system is, जो हमारा अपना निज़ाम है, जो हमारी bodies का balance है, जो universe का balance है, उसके beyond तो कोई inspiration और क्या मिलेगी? I think that's been my biggest inspiration, and one motivation which I don't run around selling rice, exporting rice because I want to make money, but the biggest inspiration is that whatever backgrounds we come from, we are so privileged. I want to make money to be able to be judicious, to be able to contribute it back and to be able to change people's lives, and I want to do it as a responsibility. So वो मुझे definitely बहुत motivate करता रहता है. And you know, being on Nestle's DRDF, this Farmer Development Board, having seen कि लोग 300 रुपए के लिए भी अपने बच्चों को स्कूल से निकाल देते हैं, and you see sometimes लोग 3 करोड़ रुपए का भी आधे दिन का flower arrangement करके फेंक देते हैं. So these discrepancies have taught me to be responsible, and I guess that does become a very big motivation for me to keep struggling, to keep doing things, because then I am able to contribute to more people.
Huma, any suggestion that you would like to give to the women who wants to come to the export?
I think the most important thing is, first of all, choose the right products. You can't just say that we have a supply of this product, so we're going to take it. You have to see what is the demand. Number one, see the demand gaps. Number two, you also have to identify कि basic नहीं रह जाना. For instance, in my rice, I don't want to just sell rice. I want it packaged. I want it health rice. I want it in markets that pay well, and I want it in markets where I am, which are accessible to me. So, अपनी planning कीजिए पूरा of what can be done, and generally, if I see food products is one area where Pakistan can do wonders. What is very, very close to my heart is agriculture. What I see with CPEC coming in and use China, Pakistan pockets, I think agriculture would be an absolutely big scope. And then in addition to that, one thing which India has done very well, and maybe we can learn from them, is ethnic products. So our Balochi shawls, our embroideries are, but not done in a rash, wasteful way, but really nice, authentic stuff that was surely like to sell well. Also put into fusions. For instance, it could be a very nice, huge Balochi shawl, but agar aap uska jacket banate hain, that is going to sell in the international market, and it is selling. So I guess you have to be innovative. अपनी local चीज़ें उठाइए, indigenous चीज़ें उठाइए, and my suggestion would be, in the short run we see food sector, and in the long run it has to be technology.
So as you suggest that the right product, and then obviously you have to investigate what is required there.
Ji, absolutely.
Is required.
And
it's a beautiful message that you have delivered today, especially when you said the inspiration that you have got from the God who created this universe. Undoubtedly, it was a great message. Huma, who has played the most integral part in your success?
I'll be honest, as I said, faith and belief was the biggest thing. It's not one people, but sometimes if I go back and look, there's so many people, the professors at Cambridge, the role model in Clifford Chance, the partners that I worked with in Geneva. जब आप खेतों पे जाते हैं and you look at a girl who's in the first year, she comes to you for microfinance. She's too scared to talk to you. The second year she comes to you and she's wearing nice clothes and she says, बाजी बेटी को स्कूल में डाल दिए, हमने टीवी नहीं खरीदा, हमने बच्चों की किताबों में सारा इन्वेस्ट किया है. The third, fourth year she comes to you and she says, बाजी अब थोड़ा सा और पैसे दे दे, कोई हम भंडार रख लें, कोई हम घर में खुद और कर सकते हैं, जानवर तो मैं संभाल लेती हूँ, उतना पैसा तो मैंने संभाल लिया. तीसरे, चौथे, पांचवें साल तक तो वो बात कर रही है कि पैसे दीजिए, हम मोटर बाइक करेंगे और हम उसी पे गांव में भंडार खुद बांट आएंगे. So these are the people that every day have taught me to keep going, and I look at them and that's where one wants to go ahead. But it's not one particular person's influence. It is so many. Sometimes your gardener, the way he's working hard. Sometimes your a person sitting next to you in the plane talks about something so inspiring. So I guess I probably derive my motivation and inspiration on a daily basis from all the, as they say, God of little things. So it's a daily dose for me. It's not just one person.
Well, Huma, let's have some questions out of the box. So, what is happiness to Huma?
I think, as I said, to be able to contribute if happiness is all in giving, अगर आप लेते रहेंगे हर चीज़, आपको ये गाड़ी, ये घर और गाड़ी और घर और वहाँ फ्लैट और यहाँ फ्लैट, ये करते जाना है, then they say more is never enough, and enough is always, you know.
So at this moment of life, do you feel yourself that yes, now I have achieved almost everything that I wanted for, I strived for, or still you're looking something more?
I think every day I feel I've not even started of what I want to do, of what I can do. Yes, there are limitations in many ways, but I think even till the last day I want to say I haven't yet started. You know, you have, because I keep growing my visions, I keep developing my ambitions, you know, a notch up, a notch up. So it's a journey, and I'm loving the journey more than a point where I have to reach.
Huma, you are such a beautiful speaker, and you are, you know, I would say, such a beautiful conversation you're having today. I really don't want to end this interview today or this executive conversation today, but still we have to move towards the end. Would you like to give any message for aspiring entrepreneurs?
I think अगर आप सिर्फ अपना agenda money making रखेंगे, there will be some limitations or the other, and you'll say, gee, as a woman it's difficult, as a you know, Pakistani it's difficult, or whatever. If your motivation is always higher things beyond yourself, like contribution, money is a byproduct that will come regardless. Your agenda should be a larger, bigger vision, just the way जैसे खुदा ने यूनिवर्स बनाते हुए एक बड़ा पिक्चर रखा है, एक बड़ी जहन में चीज़ रखा है, और फिर हम you know, उसके एक छोटे से नॉच बनते हैं. So बड़े विजन्स, बड़ी चीज़ें कीजिए, पैसा will roll out. Entrepreneurship is not making money only. It is giving those gaps in the world a solution which you can be proud of, and you know, which people can benefit from. So a bigger vision will definitely keep you going.
Thank you very much. It was a great conversation.
Thank
and
you
we are
so
really
much.
privileged to have you with us
Thank you
today.
very